Hey, Scorpio. Welcome to your September reading. For those of you who are new to me, hi, my name is Kelly Lunt. I'm an intuitive channel. I love channeling my spirit guide, George, who loves helping you guys move forward in life and make money. I love playing with tarot cards and I love all things psychology. So let's dive into your reading, Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. So it kind of does look like this is a bit of a love reading for you. It looks like something ended, but it ended because you've now recognized, like, your like, I wanna call them standards. It's not really about boundaries, it's more about, like, your standards of, like, "No, this is, like, the bare minimum of what I, like, expect out of a partner," and the bare minimum is when he's tired, is when he's overwhelmed, because I'm not gonna expect princess treatment all the time, but there's, like, a base standard that's needed to maintain a relationship with me. So, Scorpio, congrats for that growth. And say hi if you're alive. I love being social while making these. So, Scorpio, that was kind of the overall what the cards were saying, and it's definitely time to get to work because it does look like in your recent past there was like a lot of communication, there was a lot of activity, and it looks like there were like conversations around, should we be together, should we stay together, where's this going. It does kind of feel like the other person really wanted it to, but you were feeling all pressured and bullied to like be willing to sacrifice. Like, okay, I get it, you can only really hang out twice a week because you're busy being a high masculine man. This is just an example, okay, guys? You're busy being a high masculine man, so I need someone to be self-sufficient during the week. And for those of you people who are okay with that, great. This is just an example. You were like, no, you know what, I know financially it'd be great to date you, but I want something else. So you decided to, even though I don't know what's next, I'm not necessarily moving towards something. I know I do want more in my next relationship, but I'm like ready to enter the unknown and go. And so you were a little unprepared that like whatever it is that you walked away from, that it's actually like, even though that there's probably gonna be some sadness and grief of a relationship ending, it's really opened you up to like I it almost feels like there's just this heart opening moment where you showed yourself so much self-love and it was like oh my god, like I love myself, and oh my god, I really do want these good things for myself, and man, even though right now I might feel a little hopeless and I have no idea how it's coming in, I really do want like XYZ. So this thing that you decided to walk away from, which it does look like a good relationship because you got a lot of relationship cards in here, it's opened you up to like fully understand your standards and like your needs in a relationship, and that like you're okay with the fact that relationships are about meeting emotional needs. Like, don't call me needy for wanting a phone call with you every day. That's like a base standard for being in a relationship with me. I do want that close connection. And then when they said they can't do that, you walked away, you were like, "Oh my god, I love myself," because, like, that would feel so good if that was happening. So, even though you're not necessarily moving towards something in the sense that, like, there's the next relationship that you're, like, hopping right into, you do know what it is that you want, and you're, like, okay that you just gotta navigate right now because that, like, self-love, like, really feels good. In your current moment, well, in your current moment, you are kind of still in the process of completely releasing and letting go of that relationship. And I think why it might be a little difficult for you to do that is because you got the lover's card here. And the lover's card here is that it can indicate that really close, like soul connection with someone. Some people like to use like twin flame, my karmic partner. Um, there was a lot of attraction and a big pull between you and this person. And it is, when you're out there dating, there's people that you can have good conversations with, people that you could have good adult time with. There's people that you could have, like I can kick it with you. But in terms of that person that like when you hug them and your guys' energy comes together and it's just like so enlivening for both of you, that is a little bit rare to find. And that like that telepathic connection, that energy connection for like, oh, my babe needs this, and like he's not even in the room. That is a little bit rare to find. So you had some sort of a close connection like that with them, which is kind of it looks like right now there's a little bit of a, "Well, why would I do that? How could I walk away from that? Like, I'll never find that again." Um, but you got the 8 of Earth here, which is like focus on your work, refocus. It kinda looks like there was something that you wanted to do. For example's sake, maybe you wanted to, like, work out, but you weren't not because in that relationship, you were like, "Okay, I'm gonna be home every day to, like, make him his meal," or whatever. I'm just throwing stereotypical examples out, guys. Now it's kinda time to, like, refocus on that. Like, if you guys want a personal example, there was one guy, we were at that point where it's like, "Alright, we should probably s" it's at that point where we should cross over to that committed relationship phase, and part of me, I was like, "Well," it kinda looks like one reason why you can't hang out as often is 'cause you work a lot. It's like, what if I did some of your chores for you? What if I did some of your meal prep for you and I cooked here? That way you wouldn't have to do that, and then we would be able to hang out more. Um, and so I gotta admit, when there was a little bit of a disconnection, it was like, "Okay, maybe we're not gonna come together." I thought to myself, like, "Okay," instead of just jumping over to what he wanted to have made and cooked and what he was currently doing, I actually wanna use this time to read this book, The Metabolism Plan, and read all about an anti-inflammatory diet, and while we're apart, I want to, like, master this style of cooking so that when I do get with my partner, there'll be a blending of our 2's diets instead of me just jumping over to theirs, and I'm so thankful I did that because I really love this diet. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle, and I love it. So there's something that you, like, were neglecting, and since you're now having this, like, download of self-love, it's time to focus on what that is, and it's kind of like what I'm hearing from the spirit guides is, like, that will solve everything else. It will solve everything else, and it will help kind of burn up the illusion that they were, like, the one and only for you, you'll never feel that way again. It will be like a there'll be some moment where you go, "Oh, that's what I really want. No wonder why it didn't work with that past person." Okay, so going into the future, Scorpio, 6 of air, so you are moving on. You are moving on, and the 6 of swords is when you're like you're moving on, but you do feel like a little defeated. It's like there were some bumps and bruises along the way, but you are moving on, and you also have the Empress card here and the Queen of Air. So, like, the Empress is the woman who can receive. If she wants to run a business, she can run a business, and it's not even because you have all the skills, knowledge, and abilities right away, but it's if that's where you focus, you can make it happen, but it's also the person who knows how to receive support from others along the way. Um, so even though you got some bumps and bruises and are moving forward, it's kind of like you're entering your Empress phase, clarified by the Queen of Air. So that means you're just gonna be able to be instead of being that like youthful, optimistic person who's, but that feels good, let's go do it. Oh, but this person needs love, let's go give them love. You're gonna be able to be a little bit more centered and controlled and be like, that person is going through a rough time. They do need some love right now. I feel sad that I can't be the one giving it to them because I need to focus on XYZ right now. Like, that's the Empress. I wish I could literally help everyone. I have so many resources. My job is to help as many people as I can. So, you're gonna be able to better focus, Scorpio, moving forward, and you're gonna be able to, like, start getting some achievements moving forward while feeling good and just, like, feeling this downpouring of self-love, and the spirit guides are saying right now, we would encourage you to meditate and just allow yourself to visualize the pink light that's pouring down from source into your heart and just feel that love. It's the unconditional love, like you're lovable. You are lovable. Feel that energy just sink deeply into your heart that every single part of you is lovable. And the parts of you that aren't quote unquote lovable, that's what makes people fall in love when they're like, yeah, she does have that funny quirk, man. When she sleeps, she just kicks her foot and she doesn't even know she does it, she's still dead asleep. When a person finds that quirk about you and then they like love you, still they're like, "Yeah, that's my babe." That's what makes it special. So feel that pink energy. I'm lovable. And you're gonna have smooth sailing from there, guys. All right, Scorpio. I hope that reading helped you. Of course, give me a comment, give me a thumbs up. It's always more fun for me when there's engagement. And I am for a brief time opening up personal readings and mediumship readings. So if you would like to connect with a crossed over loved one or if you want to talk to the spirit guides to get some forward movement in your life, that's the first link in the live chat replay. I also opened up, if you would like your own custom video, which I haven't done that in years, guys. And so it's a pretty good price point too. So if you want your own custom video, you get to submit your questions that you want answered. And then I email you a link to a private or an unlisted YouTube video for you to watch at your own leisure and your time. So it's up to you if you want a live call or if you want a reading. But either way, I appreciate your support and you reading this far. And I am just looking for the link. Sorry, guys. I may not have the link. Oh, here it is. If you want a recorded video, I'm dropping that link now. So those are all for those of you who are watching it later. It's in the live chat replay, the links for either of those. And if you want to meet your spirit guides, the link for that free meditation is in the description box down below. But I hope you guys have a good rest of the month.